puedo revisar lo que te mandé y también el plan de tratamiento. Hola, do you prefer to speak English or Spanish? How was your Christmas? Okay, the question is, if animals could talk, what would they say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what are you afraid of and why? Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited that you're here. For those who don't know me, my name is Ev. This week I started off working with my clients. For those of you who may not know, I'm a full-time mental health therapist. Something I decided to focus on this week was creating a document for new clients who are looking for a therapist so that they can get to know a little bit more about me, my therapeutic style, my approach, techniques I use, any expectations, so that they can make an informed decision on whether or not they would like to work with me. George, come, let's go. Oh, there we go. Usually during the week, either every day or almost every day, I wake up super early, I go to the gym with my mom. I love to take advantage of the amenities such as the jacuzzi, really spend some time in the warm water, taking in all the good vibes, energy, all of that. Wow, look at this. It's a pink sky this morning. Oh, mira qué rico se mira. Dale, échale ganas. So, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was listening to my voice in the voiceover and I am feeling my voice. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like deep, rich, with a little bit of sexy vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ooh, yeah. Anyway, I don't do my hair often. I mean, I do it every time I wash my hair. I do protective style, but for me to undo the twist and or braids, let my hair out, that doesn't occur very often because I work from home. So I just do something that makes me look decent enough to get on camera. But I wanted to do something really cute for this video because I will be trying on all of the things that I made this year for you all to see. Okay, we're back in business. Woo-woo. Hey y'all. I mean, this is a video. This is a vlog on everything I made in 2022, from sewing to art to crochet, digital art. So we'll start off with sewing. Roll film. Here is a dress I made. I made this in the summer, in August. I made it for my boyfriend's graduation. It's so cute. It took me, I made it in 2 days. I stood up like all night sewing. I made it in 2 days. It was some crazy stuff. It was made from a circle skirt. So the pattern I used was from Tracy. I don't remember her Instagram name, but she has an Etsy store, and I used the pattern from that, the top, but I adjusted it for my itty bitty titty committee so that it looks the way it does now. And instead of doing like the skirt she has on the pattern, I chose to do a circle skirt. It did take a bit of adjustments. I'm a very much beginner sewer. I started sewing in January, but I think it turned out really cute. I made this green sexy top, and it's actually an upcycle from a bed sheet I got at a thrift store. And this pattern I got off of Pinterest, literally. There are 2 rectangles and some string, and it's very easy to make, very cute. So this brown dress was also an upcycle. So originally it was an XXL's men's shirt. Yeah, I think it was a long sleeve shirt, and I made it into a really comfortable dress with a matching headband. It is literally one of my favorite things to wear because it's so comfortable. I think it gives like a little bit of a sexy flair too, and I really just love it. So yeah, I love the material. I do enjoy the color. When I go thrift shopping, I gravitate towards clothing that reminds me of the 80s and 90s. If anything reminds me of 80s and 90s, gives me 80s and 90s vibes, I want it, because I just I think that was like the best clothing era time. Like, I love the style of the 80s and 90s, even the 70s. It's just chef's kiss. Okay, so this flannel top didn't turn out like I wanted to. It's not bad in my opinion, but I think where I went wrong was not creating a bodice for it. So if you look, it's kind of just like one piece versus like multiple pieces that gives you like the shape of your body. So in that sense, I think if I have time, I'll redo it. And then the sleeves didn't come out as puffy as I wanted them to at the top. Like, I wanted like huge shoulder puffs, but that didn't happen. Either way, I don't think it's that bad. I really like the flannel pattern. It's really cute, and I definitely want to do something with it. And the pattern, actually, I drafted myself. So I made 2 of the same top. The first one is pink, and this was actually upcycled as well. It was a curtain. So I upcycled a curtain, made this really cute top. The pattern for it I had purchased at Joann's. I think it's a McCall's pattern. I'll link it below. I wanted something that was giving Latina vibes, you know, flair, that type of look. Like, you have a big obnoxious flower in your hair. Top is off the shoulders, really cute. And I made the same version of the shirt with an African print that I also bought at Joann's. One of my favorite tops to wear, super cute. I made this for my boyfriend's graduation as well. I actually made a matching skirt for it, as you can see, but it didn't turn out that great. It needed more material at the bottom so that it could be gathered at the waistline, so it wouldn't look so like boxy and stiff. So I have to edit this one. My little cousin was having her sweet 16 this year, and I actually made a top and a matching skirt. So originally I had made the skirt, which I'll show you later, but I made this white skirt. I wasn't feeling the skirt after I made it because of the material. So I had purchased a cotton fabric from Walmart. It was really pretty, but once I started working with it, I realized how much it attracted lint and how easily wrinkly it got. It didn't feel like a high quality material. So I was like, okay, well, in attempts to fix things, and mind you, I had finished the skirt and then I decided to make this, like literally made this in 30 minutes because I didn't have any more time. Her sweet 16 was in 2 days and we had to literally drive to New Jersey for that. So I made this white skirt out of an extremely difficult material. Like, if you see this crap wrinkles in like 10 seconds. You try to iron folds into it and you can't, it won't stick. It's just really difficult to work with. So anyway, made this skirt with this like huge ass elastic at the top for a waistband, and it just came out terribly, and I was like, this is not it. I just have to go with the skirt that I made with. You're going to see the full outfit. So I made the top, the skirt, and a matching headband. So this is the skirt I was talking about. As you can see, it wrinkles really easily and it attracts lint like nobody's business. So I was constantly having to dust myself, but I was really proud of the top I made, and I used it's Kachi's pattern, also off of Etsy. She has it on Etsy and she has the tutorial on YouTube. So I was like doing that. I had to adjust it. I made the bodice a little bit bigger for me because I didn't want it to feel like, for me, the bodice fit like literally a strip of clothing just covering my boobs. I wanted it a little bit more because of the type of event that I was going to. I also needed to add strings to the shoulder pads because they would slide off. It might be that I didn't put it right. This is my first time doing something so complicated. This is a very complicated piece to make. Like, I spent hours and days doing this up to like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Very proud of this. Came out beautiful. Had to add strings, and I kind of like the way the strings look. It kind of gave it a little more zhuzh. And then the matching headband I got off of a tutorial on YouTube, and I just followed the tutorial and made this headband. This is annoying that it like kind of slides off, but it's not gonna kill nobody. It's cute. Last but not least, this was one of the first skirts I made. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the pink top, off the shoulder top that I had made, that I talked about earlier, that I had actually was my first project that I had made into a skirt, and it was like huge and really ugly and really bad. So I actually used the same skirt and made that top. My second project, this was my second project ever. It's really wide. It like can sit on me because of my butt, but it doesn't fit my waist, so it's a little too big. If I were to do any adjustments to it, it would be to shrink the waistline, and I think it makes like a kind of cute 70s-esque vibe outfit with like a cute white top. So if I would wear it in the summer. Okay, box of accessories that I made a bunch of scrunchies this year. So I made a bunch of these little scrunchies. I also made some scrunchies for my friends for their birthdays and stuff. I like to make the really big scrunchies. I made some of these. It's a matching set because I created this headband. This is a huge headband, so I need to adjust like the pattern for it. I did it off the dome. I wanted to do like a retro style headband, which is why the edges are kind of like this, pointed, and I want it to be reversible. So the idea was for this, go on your head, wrap and tie like so, you know, like something really cute. It fits on my head because I have a big head. It could be a little bit smaller, so I probably have a larger head than most people, and I have a lot of hair too, so then I have a lot of stuff going on here. I also made lots of these are doggy bandanas. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? These are doggy bandanas, and I made a whole bunch of them. Here's another type. I need to iron it, but it's reversible. And something I got into this year very briefly was embroidery. So this was a Walmart embroidery kit that I did, and then I was like, oh, I'm into embroidery now. And I bought a whole bunch of embroidery, like embroidery yarn, whole bunch of that, and I started buying a whole bunch of like plain clothes to do embroidery on them. I started an embroidery project, felt like it looked ugly, took it all out, and then I haven't embroidered since. As a teenager, I used to do lots of crochet. I stopped. I actually gave away all of my crochet stuff, and then this year I got back into it. So first and foremost, this is a wobble. I did this wrong, okay, that's okay, but this is from the Woobles. This is from the Woobles. Is their kit. This is Fred. The second Fred that I made was this one. Isn't he or she, I don't, they, whatever. Aren't they so cute? I didn't have eyes for this one, so I had to like embroider the eyes. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Like when I made it, I was like, oh, look. The first thing I made in 2022 was Baby Patrick. Not crazy about how Baby Patrick looks. And then in October, I made Bubbles, and then I turned her into a digital art piece, of which I will showcase to you. But this was the last thing I made. It's kind of like abstract art. The first thing you see here is crayons. I actually did a few of these. I actually did this photography project with my mom, with her for her class. It was really fun. I made this. This is watercolors, the paint markers, and then like acrylic paint as well with the gold metallic acrylic. This is one of my favorites. This was another watercolor crayon marker pen thing I did. I like the watercolors. I hate that I added crayons here, but it is what it is. I had made this in the fall. I was trying to do something with a limited color palette. It's okay, I guess. I'm not crazy about it. And then another thing I had made is this. I like, my favorite plant is the red one right here. My favorite plant, but everything else is kind of okay, but I guess you practice, you live and you learn. Yeah, that's my favorite. I did make this one, which is a portrait of my boyfriend and I, and then this was a portrait of my supervisor's newborn son. These were some of the art pieces of SpongeBob that I created digitally. Now getting into kawaii art. So this year I did a challenge that I created for myself called Nostalgic November, and that's kind of like the kawaii art that I started with. I was really inspired by 80s and 90s. So here's a look through of some of the digital art pieces I made for Nostalgic November. Some of these I was experimenting with different art styles. I would always draw the piece by hand first in my sketchbook, and then I would create a digital version of it and then upload it to my Instagram at evscollection_. This one I made before Nostalgic November. This was Bubbles that I was talking to y'all about. I created the traditional art version of her. This one is not one of my favorite. Definitely one of my favorites. Love the little slinky face. I feel like this one could have turned out better. I was really struggling with this art piece. One of my favorites, hands down. I love the texture of this piece for sure. Least favorite. Yeah, this one also lacks so much symmetry. One of my favorites, for sure. Also one of my favorites. This one I made for Thanksgiving. This was now no longer Nostalgic November. I was just making art pieces at this point. Christmas. This one I saw on Pinterest and I decided to recreate it. This one is inspired by my boyfriend's dad. He makes beans all the time and they're so good. So that's a little habichuelita. This one was originally a picture I saw on Pinterest and I hand drew and recreated. It was like a literal tangerine and I just made it into kawaii tangerine. And then of course, you know, my love for SpongeBob. All of these are hand drawn first and then I upload them and make them into digital art. This is snow. This is snow in the sand, and it's created like little hills. This is so cool, all the way to the water. We're gonna go check it out. Look at this. Look at this. Snow stones. That's so cool. Oh my God. It's literally a cliff. So I'm actually on Lake Michigan right now. Holy crap. This is so freaking cool. Oh my God. Okay, so this is water that's been frozen. That's the shore. And oh my God, so it's become a cliff. This is Lake Michigan. This is literally like a freaking glacier. That is so cool. Look at that. I don't know if you can see, but there's like ridges. It's not safe for me to go on. I don't know how hollow it is underneath here. So I'm gonna stop here. I don't know if you can see down there. I can't, but this is so freaking cool. But this is literal waves that has frozen. That's why there's like hills. They're like hills. This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. So that's Lake Michigan. This is also Lake Michigan frozen over. Yeah, so this is a cliff. I was on the edge earlier. I kind of don't want to go back, but I don't know if you can see, but that's the edge of the cliff. And there are actually some hollow spots. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible, but you can see it's literally like a glacier. We had a snowstorm, so this is so cool. So cool. So yeah, this is like a glacier cliff here, and it goes all the way down. This is the lake right here frozen over, and that's the shoreline over there. So I'm literally on Lake Michigan. Wow, so cool. Risky behavior, but look at how gorgeous. Ooh, look at how gorgeous, how gorgeous. I love the sound of waves. My dog does not. Okay, you can see it over there. It's eating away at the glacier. How pretty. So you can see, oh, this is so cool. You can see the waves that got frozen into place. You can kind of see here where the lake started to melt. Yeah, super cool. There's like little holes where melting occurred. And as you can see, this is a whole hill where it was frozen over. Or a wave, I should say. Oops. Let's go. Y'all, you gotta be careful. That was me. I almost sunk into the lake. I gotta get out of here. Let's get out of here. So we're back on solid ground, but we were out there. Here, drink water. Come, drink water. George, come here. Drink water. Come. You're not thirsty? Come, puppy. Venga. Here. Come. You don't want? You don't want water? Whatever. Why won't you let me take a picture of you? You're like trying to intentionally not be photogenic with me. Look at how cool this basin is. Well, it's not really a basin, it slopes down over there where we came from. I think this is so beautiful, the cracks on the sand. Gorgeous. Oh, I really love being out in nature. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me on my blog.
I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out and see all of the things I've been able to accomplish in 2022. I look forward to sharing with you all of the things I accomplished in 2023. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!